Welcome back to another video, guys. This one today is all about the E82 because I've just remembered I've not actually reviewed it yet since it's been finished. So without further ado, let's get it. So since the car's been complete, and when I say complete, I don't mean it's completely finished, but it's driving, everything's working as it should. There's been a lot of steps along the way that we didn't anticipate. So small things like thinking that we had the right ECU in the first place, having to buy another ECU to match with the CAS, and yeah, a whole number of things. I think I explained a few bits in the previous videos. We're at a stage now where we're just ironing out the last little bits. So tomorrow for me, it'll be another video for you. The car is being tuned, so the gearbox map's being done, and the tune for the hybrid turbo as well. Yeah, so we're getting there now. The cosmetics of the car are pretty much there now. There are a few bits just to finish off, apart from the fact that yesterday I came out to the car, looked at the back end, checked the exhaust, thought, oh, it's sitting a little bit low. I thought one of the brackets had snapped. Turns out the tips were falling off, so I've had to pull them off for now. So we've got a pea shooter at the back, which you'll see in a minute. But yeah, today's video is going to be, I'll take you through a little walk through the car, walk around the car, let you have a look at it all, show you the engine bay, how everything looks. There are, like I say, there's still a few bits to finish, but we're getting there now. We're getting there. The car's drivable as it is. It's not fueling right, so it's burning fuel for fun. But yeah, it's driving okay. Once the map's done, obviously the fueling side of things should be a lot better. The gearbox is slow as hell right now. When I jump from mine into this, it's like a night and day difference. So anyone who's not had a XHP tune on their gearbox, I would highly recommend it. Yeah, so we're gonna go around the car today. I'll show you where it's at cosmetically. I'll show you the engine bay. I will try and talk you through any of the bits that I've forgotten to mention in previous videos about the conversion. And then I'm going to go and run some Dragy times on it as well, see what it is 0 to 60 before it goes in for tuning. And then once the tuning's done, and I'm happy with it all, I'll get some more 0 to 60s on the Dragy and see how it compares. And also to see how it compares against mine. The plan is as well, once they're both done, or once this one's done, I'm just doing a little bit on mine at the minute, to take them both to Santapod and run them side by side on the strip, to see which one's performing better. So yeah, I think that's about it covered. Let's have a look around the car and take it from there. Right, so let's start with the boring bit, the interior. So when we first got it, it was just cloth and half leather seats, I think. Might be wrong, could have been just a flat style SE seats. Changed them for the M Sport seats with the split section at the front. Obviously it's an auto now. Done some carbon wrap on the center console trims, as you can see. You have to excuse the mess, there's bottles everywhere, you know. Carbon handbrake, flat bottom steering wheel, done by Royal steering wheels. Yeah, there's not much to shout about on the inside. It's fairly plain. Is what it is. I did have to modify the dials slightly from an E90 cluster, cut away some of the outside trim, to make it fit, but yeah, that's all done as well. Yeah, let's get around to the exterior. So I don't know how well you're going to be able to hear me because it's quite windy, but you've got the 18-inch, I'm not even sure what style they are, but they're what come on the E82s or E80 series anyway, painted in racing bronze. 225s on the front, 255s on the rear. As you can see there, we've got the M3 style mirror caps painted in the Titan silver, the same as the car. We've got the M Performance side skirts, which have the little vented section in the bottom. I think that makes it from the side. Now when you step back and you look at it, it just adds a little something extra. If I could have them on my E92, they'd be going on. We've got a front splitter painted in the same grey as my front splitter, so it's a graphite grey. Double slat kidney grills. Obviously this car was an SE and we changed it for the M Sport look, so M Sport front bumper. I didn't want to go down the 1M route because it seems like everyone's doing it now. So we've got an M Sport, keep it kind of subtle. LED slightly smoked indicator side repeaters. We've also got the 330D calipers and discs on, so they're bigger calipers and discs, which I took off my E92 when I replaced those, so they've gone on this. Upgraded LCI tail lights, the proper LED ones, carbon spoiler on the boot, Ryger rear diffuser. There is usually some nice 3.5-inch tips sticking out of there, but as you can see, they fell off yesterday. Roof spoiler, again painted in the Titan silver. I think that's about it for the exterior. Car's getting there now. It is somewhere near where I want it to be. There are a few things left. So I'm just heading now to do some Dragy runs, get some 0 to 60s, see what the baseline is. So here's one thing I forgot to mention is obviously having to buy the different ECU. So the plan was always to use the ECU from the donor car, but the donor car was older generation, so I can't remember if they call it DDE something or other, and it was an outdated version compared to the CAS system that we have in the E82. So that meant that we had to buy another ECU from a newer era, a newer generation. So the ECU that we bought, the plan was to get the ECU mapped before it went on the car, just so that the DPF was no longer an issue, and so that the EGR was turned off and the EGR cooler was obviously redundant as well. Upon buying that ECU, we found out that it was already mapped and everything was supposed to be switched off. So the car could be running stock power with just the DPF and EGR turned off, or it could be running an actual map. It doesn't feel like it's mapped great. There's a whole load of nothing, then you get a load of boost. So if it's mapped, it's not mapped very well. But yeah, we're just going to see what some of the baseline figures are, what we get 0 to 60, and then I'll be rerunning all of this once the car is tuned properly as well. So let's see how it goes. that's it. The results are there to see. You can see the numbers. That's the end of this video. If you've liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one.